And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome. You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to Koi Place Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way, when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, individual reads are up and open. Either message or email me directly. Link is on main, and we'll set it up, okay? So, Aquarius, welcome to 2026. This is being done on the night of the full moon, now that we're in the new year. So with that being said, I'm looking at things all anew. And that's going to be the title of your read today. Well, this round of reads anyways. All anew reads. Where through the aces on the board of water, earth, fire, and air, cups, pentacles, wands, and swords respectively, we're looking at everything new coming in, right? New insight, new ventures, new opportunities, new fulfillments, new energy, right? Just what is new that we can grasp onto right now. And the read will be capped out with by the Fool, which is pretty much of the major arcana. I'm going to go into this more with the Learn With Me series, but it allows for new journeys to unfold. On my end, Aquarius, as you can see, I have a mic right in front of me, saved up for it, got it. It's already showing so much better quality in audio, so I hope it's going to have that insane playback for the videos. But regardless, wanting to have everything new, even for me as your reader. With all that being said, as a preamble to the read, Aquarius, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to misguide you and mislead you. I have 12 signs to work with, and none of the time to lie to any of them. Instead, we lay our cards out on the table. And good or bad, rain or sunshine, we talk about it because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one. Yeah. So follow along with me in this read today, Aquarius. Your all new read, first one of 2026. And yeah, let's see what the cards say. We'll start over here with the Ace of Cups. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for the Aquarian Collective. Upon the Ace of Cups, what of emotional fulfillment? Okay, Two of Swords. Why so? Why are we starting off the year with that? Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. The answer is the hard thing to say. I'm looking at an Aquarius right now who, at the surface level, I don't know what makes me happy. And then we dig a little bit deeper. Actually, I'm very afraid what that means to say out loud. So I either acknowledge it and have to go through all the actions of fulfilling that, or nip it in the bud and play as if I don't know. Right? The I don't know game that is very, because that's oftentimes the first Aquarian self-defense mechanism. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus. Trust me, every sign has their strengths, weaknesses, outgoing pro and outgoing con, right? When it comes to Aquarius, the idea of, oh, I don't know, that's elusive to me right now. No, it's not. Aquarius is one of the most finite analytical signs of the entire zodiac, particularly because it revolves around the limits of humanity and hope. That is your strong suit. So the idea that we don't know what we're thinking or how we feel, no, you do. And so underneath that Ace of Cups, Aquarius, I'm going to challenge you, especially in the new year, you're having some uncomfortable truths and feelings around a particular subject that you're either going through, you're trying your hard to suppress, or the moment that you say it out loud, it's like it becomes true, then I have to live with that truth and activate that truth, right? What you're so afraid of, I'm not entirely sure. But you're going through a lot of effort and a lot of mental hoops. You drew all air, which was your home element of the space of knowledge and discernment, to just say, no, 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 nope, 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 nope. That's a lot of nope energy for something that has a very simple answer. Okay, let's go to the Ace of Pentacles. Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Aquarius underneath the Ace of Pentacles now of a new opportunity in the realm of Earth. Again, not trying to come for you. I don't do that for any sign. No sign bashing over here. It's just that for some reason you claim you don't know, you're going through a lot of mental hoops to say that you don't know it. Which means if you got to put in that much effort, you probably already have the answer. Just saying. Underneath the Ace of Pentacles, what do we see for Aquarius? Okay, something that we've held on to or could see good investment with, the King of Wands, something we want to expand our own horizons towards, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So if it ties back to here, this is your emotional fulfillment now with a new opportunity. The conditions are now right to actually execute that. Seven of Pentacles, hey, we've done enough tilling of the land. We decided to accept that sometimes things are what they are, but we've done the hard work to make it to harvest time, right? Then we have the Four of Pentacles. You've been holding on to a hope for whatever this opportunity is right in front of your face. Now we got that King of Wands coming out. Okay, it's getting closer and closer to the time of activation. What are we going to do with it, Aquarius? It could actually come to fruition. And again, I don't know what it is. I'm having this sneaking suspicion it has to do with whatever you're suppressing back here. But it's like the amount of mental hoops that you're jumping through also is in concurrent with what's going on in your 3D, in your real world. Because in your real world, it's like you've been waiting for this opportunity to happen for a very long time. And then when it comes time to admit how you feel about it, you completely back off 100%. These are inconcurrent. I'm trying to understand why you would invest so much into something that you claim you had no eyes or vision for. Okay, to the Ace of Wands. So those are the cards that we need to see, please, for the Aquarius Collective. To the Ace of Wands, what do we see? What is getting you energized? Five of Pentacles. Okay. Why? Queen of Swords. Oh. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. The Four of Wands. Of a happy home and a relationship, the Five of Pentacles, in concurrent with a reality, feeling impoverished or locked out, then followed by the Queen of Swords, we know cuttingly exactly what we feel. I'm looking at Aquarius who wants a reevaluation of their relationship. That's why you're suppressing it, because we're happy and we're the Instagram couple of the year and everything is fine. It's fine. Don't think about it. It's fine. And then right now, if I had to say everything out loud, I can't take it back. Right? That Ace of Wands, for the longest time, you've been waiting for this moment to say, like, what are we doing? This is not good for me. This isn't right for us. But we keep on playing into these roles. Why? The Ace of Wands then asking, okay, if I was to say how I truly feel, yes, at one point it was good. Now I can't stand it anymore. And I don't feel good doing this. We're happy on the surface, but I don't know about the underneath. And so you've been trying to make it work out, just investing into it again and again and again, trying to see new opportunity in something that if you were to say it out loud, I'm actually okay with us to confront each other like this. I'm looking at Aquarius who, I don't want to say you're on the verge of a breakup, but there's going to be a big shift in your emotional heart space because you can't pretend that it's the same anymore. It really is not. Okay. Last to the Ace of Swords, your home element of air. Show us cards that we need to see, please. Again, 2026. Hey, we're calling new and we're calling spade. What of the element of air? When we have a sword, we have a truth, and by extension, we have a challenge because it is a weapon. Show us cards we need to see, please. Find the Ace of Swords for Aquarius in this all anew read. What do we know for a fact? Unwaveringly. Judgment. Okay. And what are we hearing the universe out on? 5 of Wands, engage in conflict here and now. The Empress. The best of you does not want this relationship, does not want this dynamic anymore. The best of you cannot see yourself evolve in this dynamic with this person anymore. So we either play nice and pretend we don't see what's obviously happening around us, or we engage directly in the conflict because these things wouldn't be happening for no apparent reason. Underneath it all, Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity is presenting itself. Aquarius, the easiest way I could put it is that you're at a stage where if you cannot fix this, you're kind of set on leaving, regardless of how much has been invested. But the thing is, part of you just refuses to say it out loud. I don't know if it's because of how long you have been with this person, et cetera, et cetera. You're refusing to say it out loud. That's the thing that's eating at you the most. That's why I was so confused when it was like all this confusion, all these mental gymnastics was underneath your emotional fulfillment. Because your emotional fulfillment, if you had to call a spade, would be not having to deal with this conflict anymore. I don't see the best of me coming out here. I don't see the best of you coming out here anymore. We're going through the motions, we're smiling for the camera, and then we're either mad or angry at each other. If I'm to trust the signs around me and the things that I've learned and the life lessons that I have, then I don't know about this anymore. And that's an uncomfortable thing for you to say, because part of here, you want to see no opportunity in something that emotionally you can't stand. Ace of Pentacles, again, new opportunities had all over the place, Aquarius, but will it be with this person? That's for you to decide. I'm not trying to come down hard on you. In fact, I'm coming down as lovely, from as much of a loving space as I possibly can. But that also means being honest. And right now, you are not wanting to say the honest thing, not because you're being intentionally dishonest, but because you know if you had to let all your grievances fly, it might get a little bit chaotic. You have not been happy for a while. And even more so than not being happy, trying to convince yourself that you're happy only made yourself more miserable. So what do we do with this dynamic with said person or said contract? It doesn't matter. The same principle applies. If we aren't happy and we start to say everything we need to say, it might open the floodgate to everything else that's been going on. Your choice. Do we want to play the part, or will we take that risk? Okay. Next, can we have a card underneath every primary elemental? Show us cards that we need to see, please, underneath every ace. We'll start with the Ace of Cups. Additionally, what does fulfillment look like here? The Moon. There are things that we claim, there are things that we know. The things that we know that we know. There's things we know for a fact we don't know. I, for example, do not know much of advanced mathematics, calculus, things like that. But I know that's not a field that I am an expert in. There's the things I know I don't know. There's things I don't know that I know, probably memories from the past. And then there's the things I don't know that I don't know. I say all that to say, Aquarius, that trying to chalk everything up to the moon over here is a level of mental gymnastics that has put you under a lot of emotional duress, right? We are claiming that we have no idea how we feel or where we're going. And then the moon comes out and saying, okay, we can just cast it under the moonlight. It's just stuck in shadow. We can pay it no mind, pay it no attention. You know the answer to this. And therefore, this guessing game that you're trying to delude yourself into is not working. You are not happy, but in order to just not say the easy part out loud, which would be the easiest thing if you wanted to make things work out here, you would have to then move things from under the moon. And so you're claiming, I don't know why I feel so fulfilled, by saying I'm not happy in this anymore. I can't imagine it. We've built this life together, etc. Okay, and right, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the reality is that to say that you don't know and don't feel anything under the moon, this is not news to you. If it was news to you, I may have a different disposition, but right now, you're claiming you don't know anything at all when every other sign speaks to the fact that you do. Okay, underneath the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Okay, you want to be happy, you want to be emotionally fulfilled. Let's look back at what we claim we didn't know. Tail wags the dog, right? We invested so much into this and we still don't want to be here. The question isn't if, the question is why. Underneath the Ace of Wands, Judgment. Look at what's happening around you. It is not pretty. It is not fun. What are we doing? Underneath the Ace of Swords, Ten of Wands, the burden that you carry. You either engage in this conflict or play pretend. Either way, you're going to get what you ask for, right? If you play pretend in a relationship that you do not want to be in anymore, that is on you. And that is totally fine. You have your own predilections and reasons for doing that. However, we cannot cry about being unhappy because we know point by point why we're unhappy. We subjected ourselves to it. Now, if we were to say the truth of burden, then why is this not bringing out the best of us anymore? That's a better place to start because we're not blaming. We're not trying to externalize. We're just saying, hey, I'm not happy here. How do we make that better? Underneath it all, Seven of Swords, lies, deceptions, and doubts, very prevalent here. It is not comfortable to have to face this with a level of honesty necessary to solve it because, again, Aquarius, you're just afraid that if you had to bring up every single thing, it will get very chaotic very quickly between you and this person. So we'd rather play pretend than be truthful with one another. Okay, I can respect that. I just need you to know your why, because holding on to this level of not wanting to be with somebody I have to engage with every single day intentionally and on purpose is going to build resentment between you two. There's already signs of it on the board because of the level of mental gymnastics that's causing stress on you personally in your own life. Now, if we don't try to do this on more diplomatic terms, it can get more hostile very quickly. My question becomes, what's worth it to you more? The appearance of being happy or being happy, even with uncomfortability? Just a question to ask. Okay. As we move towards resolution, define the major arcana strewn across the table in this read. We will start here in Aquarius's read. They're all anew with Judgment. Yeah, the first Judgment that came out. What is the universe trying to talk to us and tell us about? So what's the cards we need to see, please, for Aquarius on the Judgment? That's a break. What cards do we need to see, please, for Aquarius in this read, please? All anew. Yeah, I had a feeling this is going to come out somewhere, and it came underneath Judgment. The Five of Cups. Sorrow, resentment, and just overall is getting into the level of bitterness. You are not happy. And we could either play pretend and be couple of the year on social media, or we could be honest and see what honesty gets us. Underneath the Empress, the Fool. I'm either going to have a much better new beginning with you and all that we worked for, or I'm going to have a much better beginning for me and trying to find what happiness means for me outside of this dynamic and forcing a smile every time we're going to pose. To the Moon, Death. Okay. Yeah. This idea of I don't know anymore. I can't see this. I can't imagine. No. We cannot put ourselves through this cycle again. Either I'm happy or I'm not, but what we're not going to do is pretend that we don't know math. If Johnny has 3 apples, I'm just looking at an Aquarius who that's your modus operandi right now. We cannot pretend we do not know anymore. We have seen too much. To Judgment. Yep, this involves direct communication. The only way to solve this is by actually engaging in this conversation. How much of an empty relational dynamic this is between you and this person. To the Fool. Two of Pentacles. Okay, trying to make things balance out, trying to make things juggle in the right manner. Six of Wands. Okay, good. Finally, we feel like we have a solution, that we're getting the recognition that we should in this dynamic. We've consulted whoever we needed to. Hey, there's some vindication there. And lastly, the Four of Cups. I haven't been happy for a very long time. I've grown a bit apathetic with us and whatever this is. And yeah, it doesn't always have to be pretty underneath it all. Ten of Pentacles. For the life that I want to build, I have a new opportunity. Either we do it right for and by each other and address everything that separates us or is pushing each other apart, or I find happiness elsewhere. But right now, I ain't happy, and I need to talk about that. So, what do I see in your read today, Aquarius? Let's do a quick recap. First read of the year, and we're fearing conflicts with a current partner because to bring up all of our grievances would probably lead to a breakup. I'm looking at Aquarius, who is very much in a sink or swim scenario with somebody who they are not exactly on the best terms with right now in terms of an intimate partner dynamic. More so than that, the level of delusion we've been putting ourselves through to get here, to pretend just to be happy, is actually making us very bitter towards this person, which, to call a spade, Aquarius, we also got to acknowledge that you've done this for multiple reasons just to make sure that, oh, the life that we built is okay. Even if it's not happy, it looks good, right? Four of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. There's all these indications that there was a lot of investment, particularly financial here, whereas the question should really be, where's the love? Where did we go wrong? Where were we not honest with each other? And so the only way that we can truly change this dynamic and not be bitter towards them is having that direct communication. We're not happy, but I'm looking at somebody who is still trying to make that pattern work, still trying to claim that they don't know how this is happening. And then it's all coming to a head very quickly, very soon. I want you to be happy. I want you to be okay. However, if you choose the path of just pretending everything's fine and then letting anger, resentment, and bitterness grow, then understand that was a choice. Because right now you have your answer. It's coming through in your New Year's read. And already we're seeing the fact that this ain't cute, it ain't working. And either we talk about it like adults or we pretend like we're living in Barbie's dream house, right? The next thing, if we choose the path of honesty, we could end up actually with a better dynamic with this person, or everything falls apart. And the sad part is, at least from how I'm understanding it right now, Aquarius, you're more afraid of things falling apart rather than the status of where you are with this person. And is it all worth it? The financial, the clout, everything, is that truly worth it to you? Because if that is the reason that you're staying, then at least be honest as why you're staying. Again, where is the love? And it's not the prettiest conversation. I know it sucks that this is the first read of the year, but if we want to say how we can get happy, how we can get better, how things can be better, then hey, if we were on good terms, this would not be a difficult conversation. Sometimes the obvious answer is right in front of you. What will we do with that? That's all I got on your read today, Aquarius. Hope this conversation helped. And yeah, a hard read for the beginning of the year. My apologies. But for those who need it, it already stuck. What are we going to do? We're going to smile for the camera, or are we going to be happy? Your choice. I'll see you around, okay? Take care.